That doesn't go out. Okay. It only ever goes out during this class. Okay.
Of course.
Okay, so Heather, we were talking about the pie charts. Did you figure that out?
In the homework, I couldn't get it to make a pie chart. In the preparation, it made the pie chart exactly like the prep, or maybe it was the text. I made a pie chart exactly like it.
That's what I was saying.
I just got a bunch of letters. Did your guys' pie charts populate?
Okay, so I went and listened to or watched the video of the
prep.
The prep, like the down at the bottom where it says like if you need additional help, blah blah blah. If you watch the one for the
prep,
yeah, if you watch that, it's number 6. Then
with the young kid who explains them.
Yeah. Yes. So if you watch that, then he shows you actually have to like take he shows you how to do it. You put these boxes over here, and there's actually this little formula that counts up how many freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, blah, blah, blah. And then so you get you get the total numbers, and then you highlight those boxes, and it'll make a pie chart. It's really,
so you have to do it that way. Okay.
Yeah, you have to do it that way. But the way he shows it to you, it is super easy. It's just really annoying.
It's an extra step you have to take.
Yeah.
Count if. And then you add like that. That was the command, something like that. Count if.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I just didn't take the time to do it. Honestly, I procrastinated on this lesson. So I mean, I got through it, but I have a lot of questions. So, but I wondered if I had more time, I would have gone back and rewatched that because I saw him do that yesterday with the count if command and stuff. But yeah, I took a long breather after that test.
I know. I had a really hard time, and then I'm like trying to do this morning, and I was like so distracted. It was, oh my gosh, it was awful trying to get this done. But yeah, this lesson was not explained very well. It just kind of like spat it at you, and you're like, here you go. Like, what?
Yeah, it seems like it should be easy.
Like the P hat and the P and like all of that was a little confusing to me, but I mean, I got the answer right once I if I could see the answer and then figure out how they got that, it made a lot more sense to me.
Yeah.
So that's
how I did it too. That's how I did it, but it's still really frustrating. And I have to say, I'm going to put this out there again because I know he watches the videos. I do not like those videos that they put out there. They're very, very difficult to hear and understand, and they're garbled, and the screen is fuzzy.
Oh, I don't have that.
Yeah, like the explanation one, you can barely hear the guy talking.
Breaking it up, and the guy's monotone, and it just like, I cannot understand you. It drives me insane.
That video.
I can hear him fine. Can you hear him, Laura?
I did not watch that video. I watched them in the beginning when I like needed the extra help. But I haven't watched the videos lately. I did have a hard time. I did have the hard time when I first watched the video. And I mean, the video didn't really help me. So I was like, why watch this if it's not going to help me?
I watched a little bit.
Heather, we're talking about the not the one that you said is the kid.
Mm-hmm. No,
like he's probably like 30 years old.
He's 30?
No, I just bet he is. Like,
oh yeah, he's got like 4 kids or something. But it looks like he's not old enough to shave.
His videos are fine. It's the other videos that they have on there.
Are you talking about the one on the main page, or the one on the lesson page?
They're all the same. They're the same lesson. They're the same video.
From the preparation link. Yeah, this is Brother Cromar from the math department.
Yes.
I can hear him just fine for some reason.
I have to like crank up my speakers.
I can't hear him at all.
Maybe it's the type of computer. You said you have a Mac.
Yeah, I can watch him fine on the MacBook and on the home Mac, but I can hear him and see him fine. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Well, he doesn't, and that's the other thing. He's just like, yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know. It's just quiet and he's really monotone. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
He is monotone, but that's why I can. But Brother Cromar from Math Department, yeah, he's very. It would be a hard lecture if I couldn't pause him and rewind him a couple times.
That and
But have you
they only last 5 minutes.
Yeah, have you watched him on your phone? That might work better. You can watch him on your phone.
Yeah. Maybe.
I had to take like a Math 100 class or whatever, just like an algebra class.
Yeah.
And the professor for that class, I think he must have had like a monster before he did all of his videos, because it was like, "Hi, how you doing, guys? Here we go. Let's do our math now." It was crazy.
I probably love that.
Oh my gosh. So oh, that's hilarious. So I would feel like I was like on watching one of those infomercials where the guy like is constantly screaming at you.
But wait, that's not all.
That's right.
Like startling.
Wow.
Anyway, do you guys have any like specific questions? I don't. I ended up figuring them all out for the prep and the homework, so I don't have any specific ones.
I think okay.
Yeah, my only question was just the pie chart, but I'll just watch that video.
It really does help, I promise. And he even, like, I did it the long way, and then he shows you could just, like, drag and highlight, and it fills it all in, and you're like, oh, that was stupid.
Yeah, it's just about figuring out what you put in that top line, and then you just drag.
Yeah, exactly. And I filled them all in individually because I didn't realize it would, like, come like, oh.
Yeah, so.
No, I think I did okay. Question though, we're supposed to do the group project, or we're supposed to work on the project, but it had like a collaboration. So is that supposed to be like a separate video when we talk about that?
I forgot.
We can. I can pause it at the end of our quiz, and then we can just do a quick thing.
Yeah, because I think, well, there's a separate place to turn it in. That's why.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll after the end of this one, I'll close this one, and then I'll start another one.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, because there's like a group collaboration. Post a link to your group video here. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Have you guys looked at that? It looks a little bit intense.
It's a little intense. Can I just throw out that I would like to be the writer of the PowerPoint presentation because I know how to do that.
Okay.
I don't know how to do the rest of the stuff, but I can do a PowerPoint.
Okay. Sounds good. That sounds good.
Okay. So Heather, you said you had a lot of questions on this one?
Yeah, so 6.
Okay.
On the homework.
Someone explain that to me. If I took more time, I'd probably be able to understand these on my own, but the problem is I didn't take a ton of time, so I just type. God, the dog is here.
So if you look at the number 6, if P equals 1/10, what's the smallest value of N that satisfies the requirements? Because you're trying to make N has to be large enough to make it approximately normal.
10 or greater. Has to be 10 or greater, right?
The product of the two, yes.
Yes. So N has to be.
So if you solve the NP equals
okay, so when they say NP, they're talking about N times P.
Yeah, so that's why N has to be 100, because in order for the product to equal 10, you have to do 100 times 1/10.
Okay, I was going to ask you guys, that was my next question, what does NP stand for? But N times P.
Yeah.
Of course.
So if you just solve for N, or was it P? I can't remember. If you solve for N, then you'll get 100.
Okay, that makes sense. Being that I was trying to figure out what NP stood for.
No,
so
all right. I agree.
When you solve for N, do you remember in one of those previous lessons, do you round up because you can only have so many subjects if it's a decimal?
I would think so, but it didn't actually specify that.
Okay, so don't round then.
I solved for N and it went to it was 100.
Yeah. I'm just wondering for future reference.
On other questions.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good question. Good question. Okay, so then my next question was 12. For some reason, okay, so describe the sampling distribution of the sample proportion p hat. Make sure to state the distribution, the mean, and the standard deviation. So the distribution is
Normal.
that,
You determined that from the previous problem.
oh, it just wants to know if it's normal or not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a number.
Okay, and then the mean, I don't know how to get that.
Your mean is just the p-value.
Which
So-
we would have to assume is 0.5.
So it's 0.528. No, it's the p,
Oh, it's 0.507.
0.528.
No, you're looking at the previous information.
On question 12?
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
what's the question? Okay, sorry.
12 is about the coin.
Sorry, I thought you were
Right?
right. Okay, yes. So 0.507, yes. Okay.
Okay, so the mean is the p hat.
No, mean
The value-
is P. Mean is P, right?
Yes. Sorry, I was on the previous problem. Sorry. I thought we were on 8. We're on 12.
Okay, 0.5. The mean is 0.5.
Yeah, the mean is 0.5.
Okay, so the
And then
mean is
Hat is
the
507.
mean is the population proportion.
I guess it's what is expected because it's a coin. It's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
0.5.
Sampling distribution of the sample proportion p hat. Be sure to state the distribution, which is normal. The mean. Why is the mean of the population proportion and not the mean of the sample proportion?
So
Why
P
is it
hat. So if we were looking at, this is the way you described it in the video, is if we're looking at, like if there's so many blue, M&Ms in the bag, so that would be P hat is, the proportion out of that, if you're going to take just the blue. But if you're going to take the mean of all the bags and, and see which, the blue M&Ms in all the bags, that mean is the 0.5. Does that make sense? That's
Yeah.
like,
But how do you know that it's referring to that mean when it's asking about the mean? How do you know it's referring to the population mean?
well,
And not the sample mean?
when it's P hat, it's the sample mean.
Right. But in this question, I mean, the hardest time I'm having with this is the vocabulary, trying to understand what everything.
It will say P hat if they want P hat.
Oh, okay. If they want the mean, they'll call it the mean. If they want the p hat, they'll call it the p hat. Okay. And then the standard deviation, I know the formula for that, but what do you put in for n? Do you put 40-40 or do you put 20-20 or?
40-40. That's
Yeah,
your
40-40.
total population.
2048 is X.
X.
Which you'll use in a different equation, not the standard deviation equation.
But when you're trying to find the standard deviation, it was the n that I was wondering about, like
yeah, it's the 40-40, so it's the sample.
number of times it was tossed. Yeah. Okay. So that would be set up as 0.5 times 1 subtract 0.5 divided by 40-40 and then square rooted. Is that right?
So your standard deviation is 0.1.
I did the square root of 0.507 times 1 minus 0.507 divided by 40-40, so you get 0.008.
Yeah, it's.
Sorry.
I didn't get
a different problem.
I got like 0.00786646, which you need that whole number to get the standard deviation or to get the z-score.
Yeah. Yeah, I just rounded in that problem, but I kept it. So I've been doing all my calculations in Excel. So,
Oh, good for you. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's interesting. They'll want the standard deviation rounded, but then you have to use the actual number to get the z.
Yep, it's a pain.
Mm-hmm.
So the standard deviation was 0.0079.
Well, if you're rounding it for 3 decimal places, it's 0.008. Heather, did you have a question on that one?
The 0.5 times 1 subtract 0.5, doesn't that come up to 0.25?
Yep.
And then you divide that by 40, and then you take the square root of all of that.
Yes.
Okay. Nope. No, I don't have any. I'm going to have to. My problem is I usually do a lot of work, of prep before we meet on this, like a lot. And I didn't do it this time because I had such a crazy week and working and Relief Society. And
so remember for 13 when you're doing your Z, if you're going to go back and do that,
I am.
Just remember that it's a two-tailed problem because it's saying between. So it's saying like it's saying less than or greater than. It's not the in between. Sorry, it's less than or greater than. So you're gonna highlight on the probability applet. You're gonna highlight the tails.
Okay, two-tailed. Okay, I made a note there.
So my quick question then, back on 12. I did the standard deviation with the 0.507, which I got from doing the 2048 divided by 4040. Did I do that wrong?
Don't think, from what I could tell, the p-hat.
That's the p-hat,
part of the standard deviation formula, right?
Okay, so we're doing just p then.
Just p.
I did this 2 days ago, so I'm just trying to refresh my memory.
So when you're trying to find the standard deviation, you don't use p-hat, you use just p.
Yeah, the mean. Okay.
Okay, so
p, the other name for p is the mean.
Yeah.
So how do you get the z-score? I can't find that.
Or the true mean, or whatever. However.
The z-score is just the x minus the mean
right
divided by the standard deviation.
Say that again.
How do you get the z-score? It's just like what we've done before. You take the x, subtract the mean, divided by the standard deviation.
So x right now is the p-hat. So
which is 0.507.
0.507, yeah. I was right.
And then you subtract that by the 0.5, and then you divide that by the standard deviation you got in the previous problem.
Okay, and so, but in this case, it would be the p-hat, subtract the p, or the mean, by the square root formula, the standard deviation.
So I just don't understand, like, okay, so what's the probability? Okay, less than 0.49 or greater than 0.507. P-hat. What's the thing in the parentheses? What is that for? It's just confusing me.
Yeah, don't worry about that. It's just
it's supposed to be a hint to you, just saying that the one is going to be a negative z-score and the one's going to be a positive z-score, so it's the same thing. You're still going to get the same p-value.
So I don't know if you remember in the equation to find the p-hat. It's like if we're looking at this, the coin toss, it's the n. So you take, you take the observed heads, the 2048, put that on top of 4040, and you get 507. That's the p-hat. 0.507.
Okay.
So it's like another word for proportion. Okay,
so the x would be the 0.493, so that's your value, minus the
no.
Just 5. Like if I'm solving.
No, she could do the 0.593 because she's finding the z value. The z value though will be either the negative or the positive, same number, and then you get the same p value.
I would just, for me personally, it's a lot easier to just do 0.507 minus 0.5.
Yeah, that's what I did. Because the way I was thinking about it, it's just pretty much a review of one of the previous lessons that we've done. It's just,
I know, but I'm not following you. That's what I'm trying to say. Hold on, I lost you there. What were you saying, Allison?
Oh, just I wouldn't worry about the 0.493. I wouldn't worry about that. Because it's basically.
How do you get the z value though? How do you get the z value? So
you're going to take p-hat, the number that you got for p hat, which was that 2048 divided by 4040, which gives you 0.507.
Okay, so point.
Minus p, which is the mean,
Yeah.
divided by the standard deviation, which you found in the previous problem,
Okay.
which is 0.008, but you're going to get a different number. You have to kind of find out the actual number. That's the rounded number.
Yeah, I kept several spots for that reason.
So that's how I do it. Laura can tell you, you know, like conceptually.
Conceptually. Well,
So is it?
conceptually, reverse engineering applied.
Hold on. Let me go back to look at what the answer was. Okay, so I did that. Okay, so I subtracted 0.507 minus 0.05, and then I divided that by the standard deviation.
0.50.
It's not 0.05. That's where it trips me up too. It's just 0.5. It's 50%.
Oh, you're right.
So are you applying a formula to 13 then?
Yes.
That
Well,
we
the
know?
Z-score formula.
The Z-score formula?
Yeah, so the Z-score formula is what Laura was saying, you know, without the p hat. X and p hat are kind of the same thing. So in the regular Z-score formula, it's X minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. But in this case, it's p hat minus the mean over the standard deviation.
So I got a Z-score of 0.889.
Yeah, that's what you get if you use the rounded numbers.
Well, I mean, I carried it out like 6 decimal places, but.
Well, you can put that in there. I went ahead and put what they had in there. It was 881. It's not 0.881. Oh, yes, it is. It's 0.881.
0.881
is the Z
That's
score.
what I got.
Okay, so then the probability is
standard
0.37.
deviation.
Laura, what did you say?
Well, because I'm just looking at it, because you know how I said in the previous problem, I calculated the standard deviation with the 0.507?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and is that how you did this?
Yeah, so that's the number that I used for number 13, and that's the number I got was 0.881.
And did you use 0.008 or did you use the 0.0078,
I
blah, blah,
used
blah?
whatever number I calculated in Excel because I was using that exact cell.
Okay.
So I didn't round
Well, that would be really confusing to me because that
I think
that
like,
would mean that
similar. I just wanted to, I'm going to take a look at the lesson again real quick.
Okay.
Okay, well, I got the right probability, so.
Because if you look at the answer key, they say the mean is 0.5.
Yeah, this one I think is just too similar, like too close.
Yeah, because the 0.507 is going to be so close to 0.5.
Yeah, no, that's right. No, you're right. As I said, I should have reviewed this before I came into it again.
It's all good.
Okay.
Lorena, did you put it into that applet yet?
Yeah, I got the right,
the area?
Yeah, the area, 0.378.
What threw me off was I had forgotten that to do both tails. And I was like, why can I not get the same answer? And as soon as I highlighted both tails, that's when I realized. And then, so you know, if it ever says less than or greater than, you're going to highlight the tails.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions before we take the quiz?
No.
Yeah, this one was a bit rough, I have to say.
Yeah, I'm going to have to spend a lot more time on this lesson. I mean, I'd like to go on to the next lesson after we meet, but I'm going to have to spend a lot more time on this lesson. It's all good.
Oh, good.
All right. Let's see, so that. Oh, yeah, and then.
We're on lesson 16, right?
Yep.
This
Yeah.
Green quiz.
This cold is giving me such an earache.
Oh.
What is?
What are you taking?
I'm taking Sudafed.
Okay, that's my best. I got nothing after that.
Motrin.
Oh, I know. My pharmacist gets super annoyed with me because I'll just be at
Yeah.
work and I'm like, okay, listen, I'm having this issue. Tell me what to take.
Take some Motrin too. That'll help decrease
The
the inflammation.
Yeah. I know. She's like, Advil, cold and sinus is your best friend.
Well, it's so funny because like my husband's like, all you ever tell me is to take a Motrin. I'm like, because it works.
Yeah, now doctors are telling people that it is related to bone loss.
Really?
Yeah, they've been around that for a long time. So, well, that and blood thinning potential.
Oh, like aspirin?
Yeah.
No,
Well, it's
yeah,
in the same class.
not as much as aspirin, but we see a lot of our orthopedics hesitant to give Motrin with when you've got a fracture for healing. They're slowing down on the Motrin. They're wanting to give some other option. Yeah.
Which is frustrating because that's what works.
Yep.
Yeah, we have that problem with when we have people that are like preeclamptic or and they have low platelets and their blood pressure's up and stuff, so they're at risk for bleeding, and then we can't give them Motrin after they deliver, and that just sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Nothing else works.
Right. Motrin is magic. That's the danger.
It is.
Okay.
True.
Shoot, I'm in the homework quiz.
Oh, girl, you're taking a page from my book.
I was like, why doesn't it have the true ones? Oh.
Opened it all the way.
Well, hey, just open the group meeting quiz up on a different window. Don't close that one.
Yeah.
So you can do it later.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I guess I'm doing the homework quiz today. All right.
I guess for the next couple hours. Darn it.
Well, it
So,
has a time thing. Just let it sit there for a little while. Just at least get it done in a little bit.
Okay. So sorry, I gotta blah 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 blah. Here we go.
Okay, so oops.
See, that's what I got. What'd you guys get?
C.
Yeah, each slice represents a category, and the area of each slice represents the proportion
Of the total occupied by the category. So C.
Mm-hmm. And how are bar charts and perio charts, how would we say that? The only difference between a bar chart and the other chart are that the bars in the P chart are ordered from largest to smallest, going from left to right.
Yep, it's C.
That's what I think. Gonna get sticky for me.
What's sticky?
I said this is where it's gonna get sticky.
Oh, I was like, what's sticky? I've been fighting sticky messes all morning.
Say my whole kitchen counter is sticky.
Oh gosh.
What did you guys get for 3?
Some places. 3 C.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's D. The pie charts are more visually appealing. The slices are different.
They're much yummier. I prefer pie charts.
And then you got C for the other one, largest to smallest.
Unless they're snack bar charts.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
5 is true proportion, right?
So P is the true proportion
Yes.
or the sample? True. Okay.
In the sample size. Why can't the test be like this? Why can't that just be,
right?
okay, that's it. Check your score.
If P equals 1 over 4, what's
40?
the smallest n? Huh?
40?
I don't know. I have to solve.
40 divided by 4 is 10.
Yeah, it would have to be 40 because 1/10 is 100, right?
Yeah.
But we could put it in there just for fun. If we want to. Or does everyone feel like, yep, make this perfect sense? We don't need to. Are we moving on?
Yeah, it's 40.
40?
Okay.
I checked it.
What is the mean? What is?
So the mean of P is just P, right? So it's 0.4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a trick question.
It is a trick question. Hey, Landon! Landon! Will you bring me my nice calculator off my nightstand?
Doing calculations in bed.
So that's, oh, I turned the camera off. I thought I turned you off. Sorry. I thought you guys weren't hearing me.
I was gonna ask her if that worked.
I had 0.1.
Okay, what formula did you use?
The square root one.
Okay, sorry.
So the square root of 0.4 times 1 minus 0.4
Or
divided by 24.
Square root. I think we lost Heather.
maybe.
I'm not even looking at the video. Hold on. Oh, she's gone.
Yes, she's lost. She's texting. She's calling me back. I love
Hold on,
her.
I'll invite her again. I should really tally up how many times I invite her to every single one.
Hey, everybody has their thing. I swear.
Call me back.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, wait.
0.1.
0.1, yeah. Did you get 0.1?
Yeah. 0.1.
Heather,
Thanks.
you're back. What happened?
Well, first I thought I put you on mute when I yelled up to my son, but then I realized, no, I took myself off the camera, not on mute. And then I went to turn back on the camera and I hung up.
I was wondering if the doing statistics in bed was, you know, a new trick.
My husband's in Cleveland, so probably not.
Oh, darn.
All right. Now I can't find the quiz. Dang it.
Okay, so P hat. Oh, no, we're on to the next one. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so 8 was 0.4. And 9, you guys, what is the standard deviation of P? Oh, did we do that one already?
Yeah.
That's what you ran to get your calculator for.
What?
That's what you ran to get your calculator for.
So what is the answer? Do you guys already feel it? Do it? I mean, I can
0.1.
punch it in.
Okay, so how do you get the P hat again? I can't find that.
It's X over N.
We want to determine
An X or P?
No, that's X. So it's 35 divided by 100, correct? That's 0.35.
As far as I can tell,
more than 35 hits.
there's not like a clear X, is it? Is that 35?
I believe so.
Okay.
Why do I always do that?
Wait. Are we sure about that?
0.046.
It would be 0.003.
I think it's the
Or
0.3, isn't it? No.
No.
Okay.
It's not asking for the mean. It's asking for what is P round.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I got 0.35.
So are you doing 35 divided by 100?
Yeah. Just like
But
the
I'm not
coin
sure
toss,
that-
it would be like the, you know, the 20 something divided by 40.
Right.
I don't know that we did that right.
Yeah, we'll find out here.
Okay.
Well, it says
Okay.
round to 2 decimal places, so that makes sense.
probability she'll get more than 35 hits in her next one. That's I don't think we did that right, because we just came up with her batting average. That's not the probability that she'll get a 0.35 batting average.
No,
if she got 35 hits in her 100, that would just be that her batting average was 0.35. That wouldn't be the probability that she would get 0.35. Right?
Well, N is 100.
N is 100. I thought N was 35.
No, N is 100.
Right. N is 100, but she's saying we want to determine the probability that she will get more than 35 hits in her next 100 times at bat. The chance of that is small because her batting average is 0.30. So the probability of her getting 0.35 as a batting average is going to be thin. I think it's not going to be 0.35. I don't think.
Well, it's less
because
percent.
I think it's just a coincidence, Heather. That it's not. So we're not answering that question just yet because we haven't gotten the p-value. The p-value is going to be the actual determining factor. What we're doing is we're just saying what p hat is, which would be the 35 divided by 100.
Okay. Okay.
Well, we'll find out. I'm pretty sure this is right though.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just a coincidence that the probability is the same as the batting average we're looking for.
Well, because our batting average is 0.300.
But it's asking.
Look down in question 13. That's when it asks for the probability of like stuff. Okay, but did you guys get the standard deviation?
I haven't even tried yet. Hang on.
Oh, okay. It's saying, okay, I'm looking up here at the explanation. We want to determine the probability. And so I'm like answering 35, number 10, like it's asking for the probability. Okay, carry on.
Okay, so I've got
this.
Okay, so we're doing the square root of 0.3 times 1 minus 0.3 divided by 100.
Oh, by 100 or by 35?
It's 100. N is 100.
Ah, fetch.
So standard deviation I got is 0.046.
Yeah, hold on. I got to redo it.
Okay.
So just 0.3.
Yeah, we're doing because that's the P.
Divided by 100.
Did you get 0.045?
Yeah, it's 0.46 if you round it.
Okay.
And then the next question asks for the z-score, which is 35.
Would be
So 0.35 minus 0.30 divided by the standard deviation?
Yeah.
I got 1.091.
Hold on, let me.
You're doing this on Excel.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I'm still on 11. Did you get 0.34 on 11? Or did you get something totally different?
I got 1 point, the z-score of 1.091.
Yeah, so no, for 11, Heather, are you doing the square root of 0.3 times 1 minus 0.3 divided by 100?
That's what I'm trying to do, but I could be putting it in my calculator wrong.
Are you doing the parentheses right?
There's a ton of
No, I'm positive.
Because,
So,
okay, did you guys get 0.046 for the standard deviation?
I got 0.046 for the standard deviation,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
0.0346, that's not what you got?
No, 0.046.
0.046?
Oh.
0.046. So I don't know how to apply the standard deviation function to the whole thing. So I did it, and then I tried to apply the standard deviation to 0.0012. But so someone tell me how to put this into the calculator,
So
if you don't mind.
do you have, so what I do is on mine, I get the square root sign. I push that.
Okay.
It automatically puts in there a starting parenthesis right underneath the square root sign.
So mine didn't, but I can put in a starting parenthesis.
So I would put that in.
3,
and then,
let's see, times 1.
No, you just, after the parentheses, you would do 0.3 times another parenthesis.
1 subtract.
1 minus 0.3 parenthesis.
Parenthesis. Divided by,
what is it, 100? No, what's the n?
I just still didn't come up with the right answer.
N is 100.
100.
It is 100.
Parenthesis, and then hit it. You have to end with a parenthesis.
Okay.
It kind of took me a couple tries on the parentheses to get it right.
See, I just do the top and then I divide it by, and then I just take the square root of the answer.
That's what I tried to do, and that threw me off. I'm getting different answers every single time. I'm sure it's a parenthesis thing, but they explained the parenthesis thing in the somewhere, so I'll look that up later when we're not all waiting on it.
Okay, so number 11 was 0.046.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what do you guys get for the z-score?
1.091.
Yep.
So you put that into the applet, right?
Yep.
And where do you shade?
It's
less than or greater than?
So just the right tail?
I don't know if it's the middle and the top tail, or if it's the bottom tail. No, I don't know. Because we're trying to find out.
Weren't they asking
more than
the probability of
probability
greater than
35? Yeah. So I don't know.
So what
did you guys get?
What was the?
Okay, well, it says, what's the probability that she'll get at least 35 hits in her next 100 chances at bat? So that's that's pretty close to her average. So I'm imagining the probability is pretty high. So I would think that it's probably the middle and the right tail.
So I got 0.862.
Yeah, 0.x. That's
What was the z-score?
1.091.
Well, because
0.1376.
Because I know the original question was asking, we wanted to determine the probability she will get more than 35 hits. And her batting average is 0.30. So like Heather was saying, it's probably going to be less because that's more than what she typically averages.
So you're saying that it should be the left tail?
Well, because if we were testing if she gets more than 35 hits, it would be the right. But that question 13 is kind of confusing, saying at least 35 hits.
Right.
Well, if they're saying at least 35, then they're saying greater than or equal to 35.
Yeah, so then it would just be the left tail.
That's true. That's good observation.
Wouldn't it just be the right tail? Because you're going above that z-score. So I think it would be 0.138.
Yeah, that's what okay.
You guys agree? I could be wrong, but that's my
0.138 on the, that's what you got on the probability output, right?
That's my reading on it. I could be wrong.
That's what I think, but I can't find the test. Oh, I don't know what mine does. The group quiz, where did it go?
35, more than or equal to 35 hits, getting at least 35.
Yeah, so it'd be greater than or equal to, right?
Right.
So wouldn't it be the right tail?
Well, if you just step away from it and look at just what are the chances she's going to get at least, her batting average is 0.3. What are the chances she's going to get a batting average of 0.35 in the next 100 times at bat? Pretty thin.
I don't know.
Not likely. It's not. Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. But just looking at it at face value, it's not very good odds that magically in the next 100 times at bat she's going to increase her average from 0.30 to 0.35. Right. So it seems like the 0.138 is a fair probability because it's
well. Let's try that. Let's try that out.
I mean, because what are the other answers we're coming up with?
Well, using the equal to would mean we do the center one too.
Yeah, 0.86. I just, at face value, there's
Yeah, that does seem a little high.
She's going to all of a sudden get that, improve that much in the next 100 hits. I mean, unless she's going on steroids or something we don't know about, probably not. Right?
I don't know anything about batting averages.
Well, I don't either, except for that it's the number of times she gets a base hit or she hits it when she's at bat. So she usually hits it 30 times out of 100. So next 100 times she goes out, what are the chances she's going to hit it 35 times out of 100? Probably not that good because her batting average is 30 out of 100. Right? We'll see. I just think 86% chance, that seems totally unlikely.
Okay. Well, I believe you, so I think we should put it in and check it.
You should be a lawyer, Heather.
Can you imagine? Courtroom. I don't know where my notes went. They were just on this page. Was something. So what is it? Apparently I can't look at two things at once. 0.138.
Yes.
And that's question 13, right? All right.
Yep.
Okay. What was 11? For some reason that got lost. The standard deviation.
11, that was a standard deviation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 0.046.
Okay.
Okay, number 14, standard deviation. So square root of 0.52 times 1 minus 0.52 divided by 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
Well, go down there. What?
We're doing standard deviation?
Mm-hmm.
What numbers did you use? Just that P right there?
Yeah, the 0.52,
Yeah.
right? Times 1 minus 0.52 divided by 2,000. Take the square root of all that.
Okay.
Yep.
Just making sure.
.011.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, z-score. What x are we using?
Holy freak.
Are we using the x 0.5?
You got 0.011. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Would x be the 0.50?
Yes.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're
So
doing 0.50 minus 0.52 divided by the standard deviation.
So 0.50 minus 0.52?
Yeah. So it's going to be negative.
Okay, so then the standard deviation was 0.011.
Yep. Negative 1.790.
I don't know where we are. I don't know how to put in what'd you guys get on 14? I don't know how to put it in my calculator.
14 is 0.011. Let me know if you guys got that same z-score.
Okay.
I got a z-score of negative 1.818.
Do you use the rounded standard deviation?
Hold on.
Okay, so the z equals.
I mean, I put it out a few decimals, so.
I got negative 1.090.
Divided by.
What did
Okay,
you
so
get?
we're all doing the 0.5 minus 0.52 divided by the standard deviation, right?
Wait, 0.5 minus 0.52?
Uh-huh.
Well, what's p hat?
Well, that's what we're saying p hat is 0.5 because that's what we're looking for.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm getting negative 1.790, and that's using the exact number for the standard deviation.
Yeah, I got negative 1.790.
Oh, okay. I guess I heard you wrong the first time. I'm like, what?
1.790. Okay.
That's what I got.
Okay, so
Let me see if I can possibly come up with the same thing.
what is the probability?
Negative, I didn't get the same thing. Negative 1.82? No.
That's because you're using the rounded standard deviation.
Oh.
Yeah, I did the not rounded. I got negative 179. That's right.
Okay, so it's negative 1.790. So we plug that into the probability outlet, and then we'll see what. Okay, so what is the probability of the survey results will show the candidate is losing? So is that just gonna be the left tail?
I don't know. I think so. 0.0367.
Yeah, which makes sense because it shouldn't be a very large probability because it's actually 0.52, so they're winning. Right? Conceptually speaking, Heather?
Conception. I don't know what happened. We got to the. I don't know. I still put in
So it's
these.
0.037 because you have to round it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys agree with that? Does that sound right?
I don't know. Just 1 second. Negative 1.790. 0.0367 or 0.037. Is that what you got? 0.037.
Yeah.
No, 0.0367.
Well, you have to round it though. To round it to 3 decimal places.
I should probably fix that.
We got 100%.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Hang on. Stay with me because I'm not entirely sure I put everything in correctly.
No, I've got the copy of it right here. Which one did you need?
Well, hang on. I haven't. I'm still trying to.
Can you guys help me? I must have entered something wrong. On question 9, what did you get?
Question 9.
Wait,
0.1?
Just 0.1?
Yeah, 0.1.
I've got 0.1, but yeah, same thing.
Yep.
Okay. That was weird. I had like 0.13567. I must have like accidentally typed something in there when I was switching and stuff. That's weird.
Oh. All right. Oh, we still need to talk about the next project, don't we?
Yeah, so I just need to, hold on, let me end this one and then I'll start another one.